Welcome to our channel. Today's video is not just motivation, it's something deeper. If you feel stuck, tired, or like nothing is changing in your life, stay till the end because this might completely shift how you think about struggle and success. Most people want success, but they want it without pain. They want results without effort, but the truth is uncomfortable. Success doesn't grow in comfort zones. It grows in pressure, in failure, and in those nights when everything feels heavy and silent. In this video, we are going to break something very simple but powerful. How small daily steps, even when life feels useless, can slowly transform you into someone strong, focused, and unshakable. Nothing magical, just real actions that actually work. Before we go deeper, understand this clearly. The hardest days of your life are not destroying you, they are building you. You just can't see the shape yet. Like iron in fire, you become stronger only when pressure is applied. Right now, you might feel like nothing is working. You study, you try, you fail and repeat. But what if I tell you that this cycle is not waste? It is actually your training phase, shaping your discipline silently in the background. Let's be honest, most people quit too early. They don't fail because they are weak. They fail because they stop too soon. The difference between average and extraordinary is not challenge. It is staying in the game when everything says leave. And here is where transformation begins, not in big actions, but in tiny steps. Waking up slightly earlier, reading one page, practicing one skill, doing one task even when motivation is zero. That is where real change quietly starts. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a perfect life. You just need consistency in imperfect conditions. Because success is not built in motivation, it is built in discipline when no one is watching and no one is clapping. Think about this carefully. Every successful person you admire once felt lost, confused, and tired. The only difference is they kept moving when it was boring. They stayed when results were invisible. That invisible phase is where winners are created. Now I want you to imagine something. Your future self watching you today. Would they thank you for giving up? Or would they wish you stayed one more day, one more week, one more small effort? That question changes everything. Dear friend, the truth is simple but hard. Comfort feels good now but destroys your future. Discomfort feels painful now but builds your future. Every choice you make today is either feeding your weakness or building your strength slowly over time. There is a moment in every journey where everything feels useless. No progress, no results, no motivation. This is the point where most people quit, but those who survive this phase are the ones who eventually transform completely. If you are feeling stuck right now, it doesn't mean you are failing. It means you are in the middle of change, and change always feels uncomfortable before it feels rewarding. That is the hidden rule the body talks about. It could be reading for 10 minutes, It could be writing your thoughts, it could be learning one new skill online. The site doesn't matter. What matters is repetition, because repetition builds identity and identity builds your future. Now, here is something interesting. Your brain will resist this. It will say, "This is useless," or "This is too small." But that resistance is normal. It happens because your mind is used to comfort, not growth or effort. If you push through that resistance even slightly, something powerful happens. You start proving to yourself that you can act without motivation, and that is where confidence is born. Not from success, but from action despite resistance. Most people wait for motivation, but motivation is unstable. It comes and goes like weather. Discipline is different. Discipline is what keeps you moving even when everything inside you says stop and rest and delay everything. Let me tell you something real. No one is coming to save your dreams. No one is going to magically fix your situation. The responsibility is fully yours. And that sounds heavy, but it is also the most powerful truth. Because once you accept responsibility, you stop depending on luck, you stop waiting, you start acting. And action, even small action, creates direction. Direction is what slowly turns confusion into clarity over time. There will be days when you feel nothing is changing, but behind the scenes something is shifting. Your mindset, your habits, your patience, your strength. These are invisible upgrades that don't show results immediately but matter the most. Think of success like planting seeds. You don't see results instantly. You water it daily. You protect it daily, and only after time it grows. Your efforts are exactly the same. Invisible now, visible later. Many people fail because they want instant results, but real transformation is slow. It is almost boring at first, but if you survive the boring stage, you enter a phase where everything starts compounding in your favor. Now pause for a second and reflect, what is one small habit you are avoiding right now because it feels difficult or boring? That one thing might be the exact doorway to your transformation if you stay consistent with us. The hard days are not punishment, they are preparation. You are not breaking, you are being shaped. Even if life feels unclear, you are still moving forward in ways you can't measure yet but will understand later. Now let's continue from where we left. If you are still watching, it means something inside you wants change, and that small feeling is more powerful than you think, because change always starts quietly before it becomes visible. Most people misunderstand transformation. They think it happens in big moments, but real transformation is silent. It happens in small decisions, repeated daily, even when nobody is watching and even when results are not visible yet. You might feel like your life is ordinary right now. No big achievements, no special recognition, but that doesn't mean your story is small. It only means your story is still in the early chapters where everything is being built. And here is something important. Every person you admire once had a phase where nothing was working. They doubted themselves. They felt behind, but they didn't stop. That one difference created the gap between average and extraordinary. Let's talk about something real. There will be days when you wake up and feel zero motivation, no energy, no focus. Those days will test you more than the good days ever will. Because discipline is built in low moments, not high ones. On those days, don't aim for perfection. Just aim for action. Even a small step counts. Open your book, study for 5 minutes. Do not task. Do one task. That small action breaks the cycle of laziness and slowly rebuilds control. You see, success is not about doing everything, it is about doing something consistently. Small actions repeated daily create movement. And momentum is what eventually makes your life feel like it is finally moving forward. Many people underestimate small effort. They think if it's not big, it doesn't matter. But that thinking is wrong. Because big results are just thousands of small efforts stacked together over time without stopping. Let's be honest, distraction is everywhere. Phone, social media, noise, comparison. It's easy to lose focus. But the people who win are not the ones with no distractions, they are the ones who learn to control their attention. And controlling your attention is a skill. You don't need to be perfect at all. You just need to improve it little by little. Even 1% better focus every day creates a massive difference over months. There is something powerful about struggle. It forces you to discover parts of yourself you didn't know existed. Strength, patience, discipline, all of these are not gifted, they are built through pressure and repetition. Right now, your situation might feel stuck, but stuck doesn't mean permanent. It only means you haven't found your rhythm yet. And once you find it, everything starts to shift slowly but surely. Here is a truth most people ignore. Your future is not decided by one big decision. It is decided by hundreds of small decisions you make every day without even thinking deeply about them. So the question becomes simple. Are your daily habits leading you forward or pulling you backward? Because every habit has direction and direction matters more than speed in the long run. Now imagine something. If you continue your current habits for 1 year, where will you be? Someplace or better? That thought alone can wake you up if you really think honestly about it. But the good news is this, you don't need to change everything today. You just need to start changing one thing, one habit, one action, one small decision that breaks your old patterns. Once you do that, something shifts internally. You stop seeing yourself as stuck. You start seeing yourself as someone who is improving. And that identity shift is more powerful than external success. Because when your identity changes, your actions follow. And when your actions change, your life slowly transforms. It's not instant, but it is real. And real change always takes time. There will be moments when you feel like quitting. That is normal, but quitting too early is the only real failure. Everything else is just part of learning, adjusting, and growing stronger. Think of every hard day as training, not punishment. Training for something bigger you can't see yet, because life rarely shows you the final picture while you are still building it. And maybe right now you are in that building phase. No applause, no recognition, just effort. But the effort is not wasted, it is shaping your discipline in ways you will appreciate later. Let's be real for a moment. Nobody becomes strong without going through uncomfortable phase. If everything was easy, everyone would be successful. Struggle is what filters people and builds character. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try asking, what is this teaching me? That small shift in thinking can completely change how you respond to life, and slowly, without even noticing, you will start changing. Your focus will improve, your patience will grow, your discipline will become stronger, and one day you will look back and not recognize your old self. That is transformation, not sudden, not dramatic, but quiet, consistent, and powerful, built from hard days, small steps, and decisions you made when nobody was watching. If this hit you even a little, just keep going, stay consistent with one small habit starting today. And if you want more videos like this, stay connected.